Hey there, it's time to get into computing with scientific notation. In order to do this, you need to recall that when you multiply powers with the same base, you add the exponents. That means when you multiply 10 to the third times 10 squared, you need to break the digits into individual powers of 1 and then add them up so you get 10 to the fifth power. These multiplication problems are really two problems in one. The first problem is to multiply 4.2 times 1.6. You need to recall that there are two decimal places in this problem, so the answer will have also two decimal places. Then you multiply straight ahead. After you multiply, do not forget to mark up these two decimal places, and you have 6.72 as part of your answer. The second part of this problem will be 10 to the third times 10 squared. 10 to the third power times 10 squared really means 10 to the fifth power. And you get there by adding up these exponents. So these two answers will make up the total answer. So the answer will be 6.72 times 10 to the fifth. You try this one. After multiplying, you should get 7.92 after marking the decimal. And then you multiply 10 to the fourth times 10 squared, which means we're going to add the exponents. And so you lay out the numbers in exponent form, and you add up 10 to the fourth plus 2, which equals 10 to the sixth. So the final answer includes both of these numbers, so it's going to be 7.92 times 10 to the sixth. Next, let's take a look at dividing with scientific notation. Prior to doing this, you need to recall that when you divide a power with the same base, you subtract or cancel out the exponents. Using this example, you lay the numbers out in their first power and then cancel away what's left will be 10 squared. Let's apply this knowledge. Just like with multiplying, there are two problems to deal with here. The first is this fraction, which means it's a miniature division problem, wherein we're going to divide 3.6 into 10.8. You will need to recall that you need to first move the decimal point over one spot to here, so the decimal will be right at that point. And then you divide 36 into 108, which happens to go in 3 times evenly. You multiply, subtract, and you get 0. So the first half of the problem was this one. And the second half of the problem will be 10 to the fourth divided by 10 squared. The first step here is to break down the powers into the power of 1 and then cancel out the numbers. This leaves you with 10 squared. So the answer will be 3 times 10 to the second power. Okay, now you try this one. The first step is to divide 27 into 135. The answer is 5. And then divide 10 to the 7th by 10 cubed. And here I show you that. We cancel out the terms that can be canceled, leaving 10 to the 4th power. So the answer will be 5 times 10 to the 4th power.